that screen and tell us what page that's on. 871 in your pew Bibles, and I'll refer back to that several times in my sermon here for today. Thursday was opening day, was it not? Opening day of the baseball season. And some of you get so very excited about opening day. I know some of you get so excited about opening day because that is the only day for many of us that we have chance. That's the only day for many of us where we think that there is still hope. Thursday was opening day for the Milwaukee Brewers, a team that I follow. So I took the whole day off. I was so excited about opening day. I lounged around all day. I'm joking. Pretend that I did. Some of you maybe did. You waited for the game to begin, right? You dressed in your finest attire. You maybe had the popcorn made. You had some hot dogs in the microwave. You were ready for the game with whatever beverage suited you. And then you turned on the TV. And as a Brewer fan, I was used to, in Wisconsin, because I used to live in Wisconsin, I was used to being able to find the Brewers game on just about any TV or any cable subscriber that I had, right? Because the Brewers were important. So I get here to Des Moines, and for opening day, I turn on the TV and I try to find the Brewer game. And I could not find it, right? I mean, I had a little box that said if you click on this channel and if you pay $684 for the season pass, you can watch the game, but I wasn't willing to do that. So I went to the computer, and I thought, well, maybe I could watch the game online, right? So I clicked on several different links, and I finally got to, I don't know, was it MLB TV or whatever it is, and I didn't do this, I'm making this up, but imagine that I did. I went to that box and I clicked on it and it said, you can have the season pass for only $274 or whatever it was. I wasn't willing to do that. So, what I did, I subscribed to a text message service that would give me updates of the game. It would tell me when a home run was hit or when there was a lead change and then the final of the game. So, throughout the day, I got a few text messages. And in the end, I found out that, yet again, my team has no hope. It'll be a long, long, long season. Many of us have the ability to watch the game of our choice, right? Whether it's on TV or even in the stands. Many of us are able to observe those games. Far few of us have the opportunity to participate in those games, to actually play the games, to be a player in the game of baseball. That's something totally different than just watching it on TV or watching it online or getting a text message every once in a while. That's something totally different than holding the bat in your hand and having the ball come streaming at you and trying to hit the ball. That's something totally different. My fear is that often, as people of God, as a person, a follower of Christ, that I see my life, my faith life, as an observation. As something that I see and something that I watch. I wonder what it means to be a participant in relationship with Jesus Christ. I wonder what that means. Do you see the difference between an observer and being a participant? So this is a long gospel text from the Gospel of John, the 9th chapter, found at 871 in your pew Bibles. And rather than you and I just observing this text, what I want to do is I want to call us into participation so that you and I might experience, maybe for the first time, or experience anew has 5 characters in it. I'm going to omit one. I'm going to omit Jesus, because Jesus is really kind of the one who heals and then he goes away. What I'm going to ask us to do is to identify with those 4 participants in the gospel text from the 9th chapter of John, page 871 in your pew Bible. If you don't have it open, open it up, please. Because we're in church, so I ask you to open up your Bible. Now, the 4 characters that I'm going to look at today are the man born blind, the man who was blind from birth, who had never seen before, and who was healed by Jesus. That's the first character. Second character is the Pharisees, the ones who question the healing, who wonder about what it means. The third group that I want to think about is the neighbors, those who are kind of called to witness and to testify to the Pharisees. And the fourth group that I want to look at today are the parents, okay? The parents of the man born blind, okay? Now, to get even further, I'm going to assign those roles to you, okay? You guys are the man born blind, okay? Think about that as we read this text. You guys are the Pharisees. You guys are the people who are the religious leaders of the time. You guys are the people that are in charge. You guys make the rules. You guys are the Pharisees. You guys are the neighbors. You guys are the neighbors, the people who are called to testify, the people who are called to bear witness to what has happened. And then you guys would be who? The parents. Good. Thank you. You guys are the parents, the people who, well, they have a lot to gain and a lot to lose in this text. Okay? You got that? Man born blind. Pharisees. Neighbors. Parents. Page 871. As he walked along, Jesus, saw a man blind from birth. His disciples asked him, "Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?" Jesus answered, "Neither this man nor his parents sinned. He was born blind so that God's work might be revealed in him. We must work the works of him who sent me while it is day. Night is coming when no one can work. As long as I am the world, I am the light of the world." And when he said this, he spat on the ground and made mud with the saliva and spread the mud on the man's eyes. You guys have mud in your eyes. That's not where the phrase comes from, by the way. But you guys have mud in your eyes now. Made with spit. How appetizing is that? And Jesus says to that man, "Go and wash in the pool of Siloam," which means sent. And then he, the man born blind, he went and he washed. And he came back able to see. The neighbors and those who had seen him before as a beggar began to ask, "Is this not the man who used to sit and beg?" You guys are the neighbors. You guys are wondering, is this not the one who we saw before? Some were saying it is he, and others were saying no, but it is someone like him. And he kept saying, "I am the man." You're getting a little bit frustrated. "I'm the one. I'm the person." They kept asking him, "Then how were your eyes opened?" And he answered, "The man called Jesus made mud and spread it on my eyes and said to me, 'Go to Siloam and wash.' And then I washed and went away and I received my sight." And then he said, "Where is he?" And he said, "I do not know." Almost like you are able to see, but you're not able to see the man who has healed you. I'm going to go away from the text and just kind of tell the story for a little bit here. After this healing, the neighbors bring the man before the religious authorities who have authority on matters in their lives. The Pharisees. Who are the Pharisees? You guys are the Pharisees. So the Pharisees can only focus on the fact that Jesus heals the man on the Sabbath, which is forbidden by their understanding of the law. The blind man keeps telling them, "I was blind and now I can see. How could a sinner do such a powerful miracle?" The Pharisees turn to the man's parents. You guys, you turn to the parents. And in the text it says he called them. I wonder if they sent a text message over to the parents and said, "Hey, come, we need your help here." The Pharisees turn to the man's parents asking for clarity. And out of fear, you as parents, out of fear of being exiled from the synagogue, you pass the buck back to their son. And you say that kind of famous phrase, "Ask him. He is of age." Now, he, the son, the man born blind, answers were born entirely in sin, and are you trying to teach us? And they, the Pharisees, the religious leaders of the law, they drive the man born blind out of the synagogue. We'll pick up with verse 35 then. Jesus comes back in the story. Jesus heard that they had driven him out, and when Jesus found the man born blind, he said, "Do you believe in the Son of Man?" And he answered, "Who is he, sir? Tell me, so that I may believe in him." And Jesus said to him, "You have seen him, and the one speaking with you is he." He said, "Lord, I believe." And he worshipped him. Jesus said, "I came into this world for judgment, so that those who do not see may see, and those who do see may become blind." Some of the Pharisees near him heard this and said to him, "Surely we are not blind, are we?" And Jesus says to them, "If you were blind, you would not have sin. But now that you say we see, your sin remains." I have 4 questions to ask of you. You who, I pray, can in some way participate in this gospel text. As the blind man, as the man born blind from birth, how do you think he might view himself? This is participatory, okay, so you can answer, alright? How do you think that he, the man born blind, would have viewed himself both before his healing and then after his healing? What do you think? Unclean and unworthy. Why? Why would it be unclean and why would it be unworthy? Because he was told day after day after day, you who sit on the side of the street, you who just are able to ask for money, you are blind because of your sin. Or because of your parents' sin. Right? Okay? Imagine the weight of that. Day after day after day being told you are not worthy. You can't participate in the life of the world. Right? And then after being healed, after Jesus spits on the ground, makes some mud, puts that mud on the guy's eye, and tells him to go wash, and he's able to see, how then does that man feel? I mean, no longer are you on the side of the road. No longer are you excluded from the life of the people, but you are able to walk among those people. You're able to participate in society. You're able to have totally different relationships than what you had before. Before, your life was simply this: I need money. Can I have some money? Please help me. I can't see. I need some money. And then you have a totally different relationship with people. How can I help you? Is there a way that I can be of help with you? How can I live with you? I'm no longer excluded or put aside, but I'm a part of. And I wonder how many of us feel like that blind man, not worthy, not welcome, not a part of, who, when Jesus comes to us, says exactly that same thing: come and be a part of life. Live life to the fullest. We hear just the next chapter from John. What does that mean? How does that change your life? Now let me ask another question of you all. What is the bigger miracle? Eyesight for this blind man, or a new way of understanding sin and punishment? What's the bigger miracle that happens in this story?